You don't need a massive cloud bill to learn Kubernetes. In fact, you can go from zero to a fully functional cluster in just 5 minutes, right on your local machine. MicroK8s is Canonical's lightweight Kubernetes distribution, built specifically for local clusters, edge devices, and developers who want production-grade tooling without the setup pain. When Kubernetes first arrived back in 2014, standing up a cluster meant juggling kubeadm, certificates, and endless YAML files. It was a nightmare for anyone just trying to learn. MicroK8s condensed all that complexity into one snap package, making Kubernetes accessible to everyone. So why does MicroK8s exist? Canonical designed it for single-node simplicity while preserving full conformance with upstream Kubernetes. Unlike Minikube or Docker Desktop, MicroK8s uses real kubelet and API server binaries. There's no VM overhead, no fake Kubernetes, it's 100% real. With developers needing fast, local test beds for policy engines like Kyverno and monitoring stacks like Prometheus, MicroK8s has become the default lab Kubernetes for both learners and professionals. It gives you the power of a production cluster without the complexity or cost. Let's get into the installation. It's incredibly simple. You just run one command, sudo snap install MicroK8s --classic. That's it. Snap handles all the dependencies automatically and isolates the service in a confined package. You'll see progress bars roll as the cluster components install, and within minutes, your Kubernetes control plane is online. Once the installation completes, you can verify everything is ready by running MicroK8 status --wait ready. One helpful tip, Snap channels track Kubernetes releases, so you can stay current by specifying a channel like --channel equals 1.30/stable. Now let's verify the cluster is actually working. Run MicroK8s kubectl get nodes to see your node listed and ready. Then check MicroK8s kubectl get pods-a to view all the system pods. MicroK8s bundles its own kubectl, DNS, and storage add-ons, so you don't have to install anything separately. You'll see pods spinning up under the kube system namespace, core DNS for DNS resolution, host path storage for persistent volumes, and Flannel for networking. In standard Kubernetes clusters, you'd have to manually deploy these core components. MicroK8s ships them pre-configured for single host use, saving you hours of setup time. One of the best features of MicroK8s is the add-on system. You can enable essential services with a single command. Run MicroK8s enable DNS storage ingress dashboard to turn your bare cluster into a full playground. These add-ons give you load balancing, persistent storage, and a complete dashboard interface all in one step. This mirrors how managed Kubernetes services like GKE or EKS pre-install these features. MicroK8s lets you replicate that experience locally, giving you a realistic environment for testing and learning. Of course, things don't always go perfectly. If you run into issues, MicroK8s has built-in troubleshooting tools. Run MicroK8s inspect to check logs and diagnose problems. If your node shows as not ready, you might need to restart services. Because MicroK8s runs inside Snap confinement, restarts and network changes are isolated, making them safer than raw system restarts. One common issue involves Flannel networking. If Flannel fails to start, check your IP tables rules with sudo iptables-l-n. Sometimes old bridge rules can interfere with the network setup. Developers love MicroK8s for several reasons. It boots fast, uses less than 1 GB of RAM, requires no hypervisor, and provides an identical CLI to production Kubernetes. You can deploy containerized workloads and test them in an environment that behaves exactly like a real cluster. Teams adopting GitOps and CI/CD pipelines can mirror production behavior on their laptops without needing access to full cloud clusters. This makes development faster, cheaper, and more accessible. MicroK8s also integrates beautifully with the wider Kubernetes ecosystem. You can enable a local registry with MicroK8s enable registry, making it easy to push and pull container images. You can apply security policies, deploy monitoring tools, and experiment with service meshes. This makes MicroK8s the perfect foundation for learning about Kubernetes security tools like Kyverno, Cosign, and Falco. One platform gives you endless opportunities to experiment and innovate. MicroK8s proves that Kubernetes doesn't have to be complex. With one snap install, you're up and running, learning, experimenting, and securing real workloads. From zero to cluster in just minutes. Whether you're a student learning the basics or a professional testing new configurations, MicroK8s gives you the power of Kubernetes without the pain. Start exploring today and see what you can build.